everybody, and welcome back to Baru Plays The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. And I figured, why not start today off with a little bit of greed mode, because, like I said, I want to make my way around this wheel, and we have two things left to do on Maggie. And that is to do the greed mode, as well as going to Mega Satan. I don't find the Mega Satan's going to be that pleasant, considering we're going to have to be on God rooms, and it's just going to be a terrible time. But starting off with the torn photo here, it's really not that bad, and a Hierophant card. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and grab this bomb. All right, getting some really awkward like frame skips here all of a sudden with like Isaac. It's been ever since the patch that it's been causing these issues, so hey, I don't know, but hopefully it doesn't have too much of an issue anymore. With our one bomb, I think we're gonna go ahead and put that down and get a little bit of extra money here and a luck up from the penny. I think out of everything that I see here, I think we should go for that red candle. Candle's gonna be very nice and kind of carry us through most, if not all, of our caves, so that'll end up saving us a lot of money. So we'll probably buy the key and the red candle here. Yeah, we'll probably start doing that, but I want to make my way around this wheel, and I don't know, I want to go for Mega Satan. Even though I know we're on a streak, I need to add some sort of challenge to these streaks, otherwise we're not really gonna get anywhere. And I'm saving this Hierophant card because if I take any damage right now, you know, woo, I get hit, but I can heal it with the Yum Heart. I don't need to hit my Hierophant right now, so there's really no reason to waste potential soul hearts over such a thing. So there's that. We'll definitely grab a key before we fight our bosses here. So I would like to find a little bit of damage up. I guess we can just grab the candle right off the bat. Yeah, we can kill our bosses with the candle, so that should be fine. And the red candle is super overpowered. Oh, okay. Well, that's an interesting final wave there. So let's go ahead and hit our Yum Heart one last time. Go ahead and buy the red candle and the key. Nothing else I want to spend my money on here. I don't think we're actually going to make enough, but I mean, it's there. And Blood Clot really doesn't do that much for us. Oh, yeah, Blood Clot really doesn't do that much for us here, but I think we'll be just fine. Hopefully we get a good deal with the devil. The greed deal with the devils, I don't know why. They just feel terrible. Oh, okay, got Ragman here. And one thing I actually started to realize with Ragman is that he doesn't actually go for you. If you fight Ragman, he doesn't actually attack you. He just kind of sits by a spider. He's actually not an aggressive boss, which is kind of weird. If you don't go after him, he won't come after you. The spider might attack you, but he won't. He'll sometimes do some shots at you. It's like, hey, get away from my spider. Get away from my friend. He just wants to be with his friend, man. Occasionally he'll go over and maybe res something. It's about all he's going to do there. Alright, let's get some sizzling in here. There we go. Come on, go down. Yeah, we don't need anything. We don't need anything here. Just run him through this fire a little bit. There we go. Not too bad. Go ahead and take out Gemini here. I want to try and usually aim for the babies first, but that may not necessarily end up happening. There's no real way to control that, especially when you have multiple bosses here and their health pools are kind of shared. So it can be a little annoying to try and specifically go after one there. But we got to deal with the devil. Let's see what we have. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and take the mark. It's a little bit of a damage up and a little bit of speed, which is nice for Maggie because Maggie has terrible speed. Oh man, we got a free penny there. That should be everything for this floor. I'm gonna leave the dead bird there. It's really not that good. Not only do I have to give up a heart to actually pick up the item, I also have to give up, PJs. All right, well, we'll go ahead and take that. I also have to give up taking, damage there, so it's pretty mediocre for what we have to lose in order to get it. There is a reroll machine here. I think we'll hit a bomb down and we'll buy a key. Hive mind, not something that I want right now. And iron bar. Okay, so we got a whole bunch of health on this floor from the PJs, and we still have our Hierophant card that we can pick up at any time. I think we might go ahead and just collect some money, kind of ride this red candle all the way through. Depths is where it really starts to kind of fall off, and even then you can still use it. It's kind of like Little Brim, Little Brim. He'll get you through your basement and your caves relatively easy. You don't really have to worry too much about anything, but once you get past that, it's not impossible, but you definitely start to feel the drop-off. And Womb, I wouldn't even really try to be candle only at that point. Alright, well, I think we're going to go ahead and hit our Hierophant card here. And the announcer has been kind of sporadic since the patch. He's just kind of here. I've noticed he was only there whenever I end up getting a negative hill. It has to make sure I'm fully aware that I've taken a tears down. Ugh. I don't want any of that. I don't want any of that. All right. Let's go ahead and knock out our boss. It's giving me a really small hollow for the first one. And 2 Bombermen for the second. Well, this was a really easy caves. This was a relatively easy caves, I have to say. And they're just kind of bombing themselves. So yeah, if there's nothing that I really want, we're just gonna save the money. Right. Oh, I thought he might have been stuck inside of the mushroom. He is not. He is very much not. I guess Gertie. There we go, and that should finish it off. And not very much in our double deal, but that's fine. Like I said, we're kind of hoarding money right now for the later sections, so we'll go ahead and move on. I really don't think passing up Hive Mind there was that bad of a misplay. I mean, I wouldn't really call it a misplay. It's just you're either gonna find items that are really good with it, or you're not gonna find really good items with it. And we've got about 6 tier right now, so we need about 1 more, and then we'll hit the cap here. 1 makes you larger, infestation, and 48-hour energy. 48-hour energy is really nice. A blank card. Nothing that I want in here. Let's see if we can't get it to switch up. Still nothing. All right. And still nothing. Well, the cube of meat might be nice, but I think I'll pass on a cube of meat, because I'm not going to be able to use it on the boss. I'm not going to be able to use it on Ultra Greed, which is usually what you're kind of building up for here. You're always building up to take on Ultra Greed. And it seems like the music has kind of stopped too. I guess it just decided that nothing is happening right now. That's fine. That's fine, I guess. There's not that much going on. We're just kind of using the same method here and trying to get these globins down. I have to say, even with the changes to greed mode, I really don't find it to be too terribly difficult in order to get like a decent run going. Things I've kind of learned since doing the greed mode is you really should only buy what it is that you actually need. I see a lot of people running greed mode, and they'll just buy, the first thing that pops in, whether that be synth oil or, just basic 1 damage ups, when all you really have is about 20 cents. And rather than trying to hold it out and see if we can find something a little bit better. Because I know I could probably finish this entire run with just the red candle. I could. I wouldn't want to do that, but I can go pretty far, and I don't need to waste money on basic 1 damage ups. We can go for something a little bit bigger. So I like to buy just what I need here, especially considering that, well, there's no way that it's actually going to allow me. There's no way it's actually going to allow me to donate 80 cents, but in the off chance it ever does, then I'll be ready. I'll be ready with my 80 cents. Alright, because from what all the testing that I've done with Greed, any kind of build will work on him. Even if you go as Azazel and pick nothing up, you're still going to be fine and you're still going to be able to hurt him. Fun fact though, if you actually get a knife and a freezing contact, you can kind of destroy Greed. For some reason that kind of like bypasses all of his health. He just melts and ceases to exist. I don't know why. I think it has something to do with freezing contact and it preventing him from, I guess, readjusting his health. I would imagine that's the actual cause of it. And Carrion Queen, not who I want to be sitting right now. Really not who I want to be fighting. Not a fan of this boss at all, and my damage is not doing too hot either. You've got a good. I'm glad that this is the only boss in here right now. Because if we had to fight two of them, which can happen, it would be a really terrible time. We're just gonna have to kind of wait for the Carrion Queen to spawn these little hearts so that we can actually get some damage in. There we go. And finish off that little baby heart. Let's see what we get in our double deal now. Whore of Babylon and Rotten Baby. Well, I think I'm actually going to take both of those, honestly. It's kind of nice to have Rotten Baby. It does scale with your damage. And if we can find a way to proc our Whore of Babylon, then that'll be very nice as well. We still have plenty of health in here. We really don't need anything. So I'm going to go ahead and buy a key. Actually, we'll buy a key on the next floor because it could be on sale. But that's pretty much everything that I want to do on this floor. There's really no need to just buy items and hope for more when I'm doing perfectly fine. Although, for well, we might want to buff our tiers up just a little bit somehow. Best friends forever would be nice if I had a meat cube. And I'm going to go ahead and pick up that dice shard. Let's see. Nope, got some troll bombs here. Alright, we've got a whole bunch of items, and we've got still a whole bunch of trash to go along with it. Alright, well, we've got growth hormones, so that's a little bit of a damage up. That should be enough to get us through our womb. And a key. We'll check our room as well. Scatter bombs. Okay. Well, those are mildly useful. I'll pick up a key for the next one. Why not? And bomb this guy. I didn't mean to give him a penny, but he gave it back, so it's fine. And I really wish I hadn't bought the penny now, because that would have been fine. You know what? We'll do a quick bomb here. I'll take the binky. Managed to nab that in there. I wanted to maximize my tier rate, and it gave me a little bit of health. So that should be enough here. 6 damage. Still having the red candle. And we've got the dry baby doing some damage here. So I'd say this build is pretty solid right now. The thing that we're gonna look forward to most is trying to find some kind of double. Honestly, I'll probably take anything that I get in my double deal just so that I can activate the Whore of Babylon. Ooh, there's a brimstone eye. There we go. Not too bad there. Alright. Yeah, we're not going to have any issues clearing out our womb here. The bosses might be a bit of a pain if we get double Skull X or It Lives, but everything else should be fine. Even with 4 hearts, I still feel pretty comfortable with this. And we are done with our bosses, or all of our waves, so let's just focus on clearing here and finish this off. All right, let's get into our bosses now. So we've got Dingle, which is pretty lucky for us because that's a really easy boss. And if we can position that just right, get a nice little red candle in. Don't you dare scoot yet. I'm not. At least go through the fire. There you go. And Loki, so we don't have to deal. Oh, triple Loki. Okay. I was going to say we got a little lucky there and we didn't have to deal with Skull X, but no, we have a lot of Lokis. All right. Thankfully, we're at pretty decent distance to take them all out here with the red candle. I'm not gonna lie, the red candle is definitely a little bit of a carry for us right now. There are a few items in this game, especially the greed mode, that are just an instant win in my mind. I'm not saying that the candle is one of them, but one of them is definitely, this is double Skull X. All right, one of them is definitely having pinking shears. If you ever find that item inside of greed mode, definitely go after it every time. I've yet to have any trouble with just buying pinking shears, and that item alone clearing all the way to ultra greed, because there's actually a little bit of a strategy you can kind of use to go along with it. Oh, and we are just tanking way too much damage here, so we may end up having to buy some like soul hearts or something here. All right, what's our devil deal? A knife. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and take a knife. That'll put us on our Horror Babylon. That'll give us plenty of damage here. And all we really need to find is some health. Yeah, there's health right there, but I'm talking about some other health. Maybe some health that doesn't ruin my Horror Babylon. Granted, with this much, I wouldn't be opposed to it. And, you know, that less than 3 is looking real good right about now. Eve's Mascara is definitely an easy pickup here, because that's going to double my damage. And I think we're going to go ahead, check what's in this little box here. We got our bombs back. Okay, we'll put some bombs here, see if we can't get a little bit of extra cash. So because tier rate is basically irrelevant, this is a very nice pickup for us. And I think we're just going to take the less than 3 and ditch our... I think we're going to ditch our red candle here and just go with the less than 3 and the knife. Yeah, that's some pretty solid damage there. And we'll throw that down as well. So the game kit is going to make it so that way we can just kind of face ram whatever our bosses end up being. So that'll be pretty easy. And at 13 damage right now, yeah, this knife is going to just melt everything. So the knife pretty much deals constant damage, similar to an orbital based on whatever your damage is. And because Eve's Mascara doubles your damage but halves your tier rate, it's perfect for the knife because tier rate is irrelevant with it. Well, it does do something with it, but it doesn't affect its DPS, its overall DPS, just kind of the range that it can go instead. Right, let's see if we get any difficult bosses that we actually want to use the game kid for here. Ragman, not really that bad. Nah, we only need to use the game kid for that. And I think I accidentally just murdered Littlehorn. I think I just murdered Littlehorn a little bit. All right, so we still didn't need to use the game kid. We are eventually going to hit money cap here, so you know what? We're just going to do this because the mask is a little bit of a pain to try and deal with. And so are Gurglings, even though the Gurglings kind of go down instantly. We're not going to be able to turn on our... Nah, we don't want that. We don't really need that. We're not going to be able to turn on the Horror Babylon here. So I think we're just going to play it safe. Take a little bit of a magic scab. Maybe even a little bit safer here. And a little bit safer here. Okay, that's enough health for the rest of this run. We're going to go ahead and save some money now. So I'm just going to take all the cash that we get from this next floor and attempt to put it into my greed machine. So I'm not... Just remove temptation. I'm not even going to look at my shop. I'm lying because there might be money in there. There might be some money in here. And it was Curse of the Blind anyway, so it's good thing that I actually got the money now, because there's nothing I could have done in the next floor. Okay, well then, let's go ahead and do it then. Should be able to make a decent amount here, assuming we don't actually get hit by the greeds. And envy. Oh, you're just going to be a whole bunch of fun, aren't you? Okay, not too bad. Most of them... Oh. Most of them are dead there, and we are going to be able to hit these... So we can actually get a little bit more cash. And you know what? We're just going to go ahead and clean up here. We're just going to play a little bit of cleanup here. There we go. Now we're back on track. And this is actually kind of weird putting like basement enemies in at this point. I know greed mode is mostly random, but at some point you gotta ask yourself, why are they giving me such weak enemies when I have such powerful items? All right. So unfortunately we don't have mom's contacts. I would have really liked those because I could have actually demonstrated the whole knife killing thing. That would have been pretty neat. And that was a boss. And that was another boss. And that's another boss. And another one. All right, cool. And another one. Okay. Cool. We lost a little bit of health, but I think that we will be just fine because we're going to start off the greed fight with... We're going to start off the greed fight with a little bit of the game kids, so... Not too worried here. And any devil deal... I'm going to lose a heart anyway, so... Might as well try to take an extra deal there. I'm not going to be able to fill up that last heart. I guess I could have. I wanted to spend 3 cents, but... I have... just a tiny little bit of hope that I can put all 52 cents in the machine. That's not actually happening. It's going to be like 2. For whatever reason, ever since the patch, you have not been able to put any money in that machine. But I still hold hope. I still hold a little bit of hope here. Even though it's kind of in vain. Oh, I would have been able to fill up anyway. Okay. Well, whatever. Just melt him a little bit here. That was kind of nice. We've got some bombs. We'll just hang out right here. Make sure we kill those greed heads so we don't have to worry. Overall, this fight's not going to be too terribly bad. Hey, he's giving me some more money. What kind of him? So if he does the things with the keys, we're going to want to actually go ahead and let him spawn all of his enemies. Because I kind of want to show that off if he ends up doing the keys. And there, okay, there we go. So we're going to just let these keys spawn some enemies. We're just going to let that happen. So here's what you can actually do here. And it's kind of neat. Assuming we can actually not die. So now that we have a few of these guys left, if you have enough, if you have like a pinking shears going, you can actually set it up so where the pinking shears are going to do constant damage to greed there. And all you would have to do is actually just run around and... Oh, that's not good. We don't want to actually lose our streak to being an idiot here. I've done that before. Not anymore. Not anymore. We're not doing that. Not doing that little thing. There we go. So let's finish that off. But you can just kite those enemies around as long as you don't... Ooh, Sensor has appeared in the basement. As long as you don't kill at least 5 of them, he'll just keep staying in that state and not do any kind of... Oh, we hit 100. Any kind of attacks. And like I said, we're going to throw like 6 cents in there, and that's it. Well, that's the end of the run, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did... Oh, okay. If you did, be sure to hit the like button, and I would greatly appreciate it in those things. I don't know how many people actually do that, but cool. Yeah. I think in the next run, we might try and take Maggie to Mega Satan and finish off Maggie. That should be the thing that we try and do there. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one, everybody. Later.